The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
Begin with Congressman Crenshaw. Congressman, welcome to Meet the Press. And let me just start with whether you agree with the following analysis, which is Liz Cheney was kicked out of leadership simply because she wouldn't carry the water of former President Trump's election lies. Do you agree with that statement?
No, fundamentally.
You know, yesterday, I was so upset listening to these Sunday shows with what is going on, the destruction of inflation, the printing of money out of greed. I mean, they print all this money to create inflation so that it benefits the stock market. That's what it's all about. As long as they can keep printing money to keep buying the treasuries. When you go and you loan money to the government, remember what they do. They take that treasury, that becomes a debt, and the Federal Reserve goes and buys that debt from the government. And when they buy that debt from the government, that keeps interest rates at zero. Market goes up. That's all it is. And that's what they're talking about? Is Cheney, what it's doing? All the shows yesterday made me sick. These Sunday shows were filled with Liz Cheney. The average guy doesn't understand who Liz Cheney is or what it's all about, but they do understand when they get their paycheck, they can't buy as much as they used to. They understand the consequences of prolonged inflation, and there's no such thing as temporary or transit. No such thing. And they know, and the middle class knows, they're going to get destroyed. This inflation destroys and weakens the remaining of the middle class, which is not a lot anymore. It also, this inflation widens the wealth gap between the haves and have-nots. There's nothing worse than inflation, but it benefits the stock market, and it benefits the wealthy. I mean, shouldn't the Sunday shows be discussing somebody else? I mean, something else than her? How about these stimulus packages? Solely for the purpose of pushing the stock market higher. That's where the money goes. Shouldn't they be talking about that? All the summary money goes no other place but speculative trading or market rigging, I should say, to benefit who? The wealthy, especially our members of Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, who, believe me, make their money. They don't live off the meager money they make as a congressman. Most of them are millionaires. And all this increasing inflation, which is purposely done, makes them become even more wealthy. And the middle class and the working class get so screwed from inflation. Remember, the stimulus money never reaches the hands of those who need it the most. That's why it's a joke. Why aren't they talking about that yesterday? Oh, no, let's talk about Liz Cheney and the Republican Party. Is she destroying the Republican Party? Then she's on talking about, I'm going to make sure Trump never runs again. Who cares? A guy who goes home at night on the weekends paying his bills, does he care about Trump? Does he care about Cheney? No. He wants to know, wait a minute, I can't pay my bills because I'm on wages. I haven't got an increase. What little increase I've gotten has been eaten up by inflation. But no, let's talk about Lynn Cheney. God. The stimulus money creates this huge inflation. And the members of Congress know this, and they love it because it favors them. It favors the Wall Street elitists. And it's all at the expense of the ordinary guy on the street. The American worker. What are you, nuts? They're all liars. These politicians, fake business news networks, they're all liars. My God. Oh, they always tell us how the fake business news networks and all these guys and Cuddle all tell us how great things are. How Washington and all their programs, especially stimulus, will benefit the working guy and the middle class. It's a lie. Stimulus money? They take that money and they target for the stock market. That's where it goes. The majority of, not all of it, but the majority goes to the stock market. And after 13 years of printing and printing and printing, we have more money than goods that this nation produces. That's terrible. When you have more money than the goods we produce, and I talked about this last week, if you have goods at 50% and money at 60%, that's a good balance. You have a good economy. But when you have goods at 50% and money growth at 80, 90%, you're screwed. That means it's over. I mean, you can't. Your economy's not going to grow, and the only thing that grows is the stock market. That's all this is about, folks, is the stock market, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you know how to play the stock market, you can create a lot of wealth, and you're going to create even more wealth when it crashes. But for those poor souls who know nothing about the stock market, or they're stuck in a 401k, they think they're so wealthy. They've been throwing, every time they comes in the mail, their 401k, they throw it in a drawer. They don't want to look at it. They think they're so wealthy. They have no idea what's going to hit them. And all this corporate debt, all this increase in debt, it's crazy. And the Federal Reserve uses this fancy word called monetizing. We're going to monetize the debt. It's just a big fancy word for a con job. All it does is mean the Federal Reserve prints money, and it goes in, and when you buy a treasury, you loan money. First of all, you take your money out of savings, which is really bad. It really hurts the economy. When you take your money out of savings, you buy a treasury. Sure, it's best for you, but not the country. Because now there's not enough money left to do startup businesses. But when you loan that money to the country, to the government, they now owe you money back. That's called a debt. So the Federal Reserve goes in and buys that debt from the government. By buying that debt from the government, it keeps interest rates at zero. And then Congress, of course, they love spending. There's no incentive for them to stop spending, and they keep spending. And every time they spend, and they have more debt, they go in and the Fed goes in and buys that debt again. Takes it off their books, puts it on their balance sheet. Then Congress spends more. Then they do it again and again and again. Or soon you want to get a loaf of bread, it's going to cost you 5 bars of gold, for God's sake. By the way, gold, you see gold today? How many times have I said to you, be patient with gold? I kept telling you, gold is going to go through the roof. And I've had all my members in gold for a long time. The gold stock, I'm talking miners. The miners. Did you see how they took off today? Well, check it out. You'll see. We've been dead right on gold. They're not going to go to Bitcoin. They're going to go to gold. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. Get the color-coded chart. It's free for 10 days and a membership. And I promise you, you're going to learn how to make money when the market's going down. That is your great defense. Inflation is killing this economy and is eventually going to kill this stock market. All they're doing is propping this market up. And they just keep printing money to prop it up. And that's creating inflation and destroying the economy, but nobody cares. The guys at the top don't care. People in Congress don't care because they make more money with inflation. If you're a working folks, and if your husband and your husband and wife team making $48,000 a year, even $70,000 a year as a team, they get screwed. But not the wealthy. They love it. Because more inflation, the more wealth they create. Because it pushes up their assets, the value of their assets. Whether it's gold coins or whatever it is. So the 1 percentile benefit, but everybody else gets screwed. Now listen to this. Larry Kudlow. This is what he said today.
Much higher inflation, softer retail sales, over 8 million open jobs that remain unfilled, yet the market keeps rising and rising.
Well, why does he think? The very reason is the market is rising is what's destroying the economy. He's so stupid. Listen to what he says.
Much higher inflation, softer retail sales, over 8 million open jobs.
Over 8 million open jobs. He says the market keeps going up. That proves my point. What they are doing is pushing the market up, which is killing the economy by printing money to push the market up. Because the more you print and the more money you have, then goods that you produce, the dollar comes down and pushes the stock market up. And it destroys the economy. It destroys Main Street. It's destroying Main Street right now. But they don't care because they keep the economy going up. And they keep telling folks the stock market's the economy. And people look around, well, I guess everything's okay. I'll go buy a car. It's unbelievable. How can he be that? He's not that stupid. He's conning you. He should be saying, isn't this amazing? Let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what's going on. The reason there's so many jobs we can't fill it, and the reason the stock market's going up, and even though the economy's not doing so well, is because we're creating this scenario. The Federal Reserve and Congress and the 1 percentile and the 1/100th percentile of 1 percentile, they're creating this. They control it. So they're going to do the very things that are causing the problems I just mentioned so they can get richer. It's just impossible. So what you do is you got to know what stocks to be in. So let's give you an example. So I've been telling my members to stay with gold. I think it was 2 years ago, we made an average of about a 60% return in gold, the gold mining stocks I'm talking about. And I said, we're going to do it again because, everyone says, well, gold's no good anymore. It's Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Nobody wants gold anymore. I said, let me tell you something. That is not true. When we get in trouble, first of all, why is it Germany keeps hoarding gold? Why does India keep hoarding gold? Why do we keep hoarding actual gold? Because when all else fails, gold is the only value. And take that piece of paper out of your pocket they call $1. That's worthless. That's worthless right now. And it's getting worthless every day. And it's true. It's done on purpose. And they say, well, what we're going to do is we're going to do a stimulus to help everybody. No, stop doing me a favor. I love it. We're going to do another stimulus, and they call it they'll come up with the name of the American Helpful Saving People Plan, when they're screwing people by creating more inflation. so they all can get rich. So the stocks you want to stay with are the mining stocks. You want to stay with your energy stocks. But there's so much, and we bought some gas stock, UNG, that broke out big today. We bought some gas stocks. But right now, if you go look at the VIX index, it's so volatile. That means that there's money going in, there's money going out. You got to know what you're doing. You got to make sure you're in the right stocks at the right time. And we know what we're doing. So today, UNG took off big. We had everybody in UNG. It's gas. We've had everybody in gold. Gold's taken off like crazy. All the mining stocks are taking off like crazy. But we told our members to be patient. If you go back and look when it turned green, like for example, let's take GDX. It's a miner. It's up 21%. Now that started to turn green back in March. And we said, just look. And so from when it turned green to where it is now, okay, it's up 21%. Now, I'm not suggesting every gang member gained 21%, but what I am identifying is the chart clearly showed when it turned green. It identified the institutions were now coming in and they're buying gold mining stocks. Now, it's up to the member when they want to get in. So some members probably maybe got in later. And so instead of making 21%, they maybe made 10% or 12% or 5%. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as they got in when it was identified green, it's identified as a profit center. And the beautiful thing, it's going to tell you when to get out. Most people are going to buy gold or mining stocks gold, and even though they make money, they never get out in time. They don't know when to get out. That's the big problem. And they don't know how to make money when it's going down. We'll fix that for you. Let me tell you, this whole thing, this whole word you keep hearing, monetization of debt. People have no clue how bad that is. And it's been designed to help Wall Street, the banksters, the gangsters, by screwing the average guy. More when I get back. Join my gang free for 10 days, please.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? PhilsGang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the PhilsGang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. It is free for 10 days. Get the color-coded chart free for 10 days. And please listen to my radio show on my YouTube channel. And I'm telling you, all you have to do is go to philsgang.com. It says Working Investor Group. Sign up 10 days. And you'll learn how to sell a stock short with the same ease and confidence that you do buying a stock. It's so important because most people don't have any idea what's going on. I mean, when you listen to somebody like this on a fake business news networks, which one?
The U.S. consumer has never been as strong.
Never been strong. Never been so strong. Are you kidding? What are you, nuts? Let's talk about the household debt. The household debt is rising 60% faster than the economy is growing. Household debt, think about this, is rising 35% faster than a person's wages. He's a liar. 50%, actually it's 52% of our 147 million workforce, okay, makes less than $30,000 a year. That's before taxes. So let's budget $2,500 a month. He's got nothing when he's done. Nothing. After he pays his utility bills, your power, your water, your phone, your television, internet. So that's $300 a month. Your car, $200 a month. Health insurance, premiums, $450 a month, so forth, $50 a month. for insurance, regular insurance payments, food. The average family spends the entire $2,500. They don't have a single penny left over. So what keeps them going is their credit cards. Are you kidding? I mean, this is crazy. And the money supply is the fault. Now, you would think Congress would do something about it and say, you know what? This is nuts. We're creating all this inflation on our own. We're the cause of it because we're printing all this money. Are you kidding? That's crazy. And why are they printing all this money? They're printing all the money so they can keep interest rates down to zero because if they know if interest rates go up, we'd have a big crash. We're going to have it anyways. So think about it. They keep printing this money every day, 24/7, so they can keep buying the debt. But what are the consequences of that? So when you and I or anybody else, when the government says they need money, we step up and we lend them money. They give us a treasury bill. Right? And that becomes a debt for the government because they owe us. So they're so bad off that the Fed prints money, which destroys your value of your dollar and goes in and buys that debt, our debt, that treasury bill, and they shift it over to their balance sheet. And then the government goes spends again and again and again. They keep doing this 24/7 and again and again. I mean, think how stupid, what a monetary policy. So stupid, it's unbelievable. As stupid as the green jobs that cost $11 million per job. But just think of it for one moment. How would we on earth, how can you continue to do that? How can you continue to print money just so you go buy the treasuries, the certificates, our debt the government owes us to take it off their balance sheet so they can do it again and again and again? This is just insane. Look, when the government tries to just tamp down on this rising inflation, they do it through higher taxes. So don't listen to, oh, you're not going to get taxed unless you make $400,000 or more. No. Everyone's going to get a higher tax at some point. They're just duping us right now. And the middle class will see its income squeezed even more. Once you wipe out the middle class, and that's what they're trying to do because they're socialists, no socialist society can have a middle class. So they want to keep doing this. Because remember, it doesn't bother them. A guy that's in Congress making millions, he doesn't care. He looks up and he says, okay, how are my gold coins doing? How's my platinum doing? How's this doing? How's all my assets doing? My this and that. And oh my God, I made $20,000 this week. When a guy's working hard, he and his wife, and they're trying to stretch the buck at the end of the month. You think the guy who's sitting there in Congress cares? He doesn't care. Why would he care? He doesn't. Look, they're a bunch of liars. It's that simple. I mean, it's that simple. Remember, every bit of stimulus money you hear about, it's a lie. It goes no other place than into speculating in the stock market. No, it's speculative market rigging. That's what the stimulus money is for. And the more they print, they know the more the stock market will go up. Because the more they print, the more they destroy the dollar. And when the dollar goes down, the market goes up. That's all they care about. To benefit the very wealthy, the members of our Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, to increase inflation, to make sure there's inflation. Why do you think they've been saying for how many years now, inflation's no more than 2%, inflation's no more than 2%? That's a lie. It makes the wealthy become even more wealthy, inflation. And the working and middle class get screwed from inflation. Stimulus money never reaches the hands of those who need it the most. The hard-working folks on Main Street. and the middle class, which is getting annihilated. Remember, all this stimulus money creates this inflation, which is purposely targeted by the members of our Congress to favor Wall Street elitists, all at the expense of the ordinary guy on Main Street. Remember, Congress, the administration, and Fake Business News Network, they always tell us all the time how these Washington programs, especially stimulus, will benefit the working middle class. What is a total lie? Always remember this. When there's more money than goods you produce, when it goes out of balance, just imagine goods, 50%, money, 60%. But when you have goods at 50% and money at 80, 90%, that's going to kill us. And that's what they're doing. But they don't care, because all that money they're printing now will reduce and make sure interest goes to zero. This is nuts. Look, you want to make sure you're in the best stocks. And right now, your gold, your metal stocks, that's where you need to be. But more important, you know to when to get out of these stocks. Also, start watching the oil stocks. Example, a good stock is RIG, R-I-G. Okay? Don't forget the oil stocks. Okay? And don't forget, watch the ETFs. Like XL, again, if XLI, that's an ETF for industrials, and XLB, the ETF for materials, if they don't make all-time new highs shortly, then you're going to see a correction start. They've got to make all-time new highs. So in the meantime, start buying gold. You got to know, however, though, when to get out. In the meantime, just watch your XLI, XLB, and then also watch your banks. They got to make new highs. They got to. And same thing with our silver. Steel. And our transports. So we watch these every day for you. Every day. And every day at 2 o'clock, we post our portfolio for our members, and we tell them exactly what to do with every stock in our portfolio. How can you go wrong? But the beautiful thing, we tell them not only when to get out, but when to sell the stock short, how to do it, and hold their hand doing it. That's what you need to learn if you're going to survive this market.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people
every day. That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, every day, Steve, who's the head of our education program here at Phil's Gang, he posts our stocks, our portfolio, our actual member portfolio. And then he tells you what to do with each stock using our color-coded chart.
Schlumberger, continue to hold this one long. This one, keep your stop it.
And he goes on and he instructs you exactly what to do. How can you go wrong? You can't. Look, I can sit here all day tell you how bad the Federal Reserve is, but nobody's going to get it. There's not one bus at the Capitol in Washington screaming and yelling, destroy the Federal Reserve, get rid of them. Kennedy wanted to get rid of him. He was assassinated because of it, because he wanted to get rid of him. You're talking about the most powerful people in the world who own the Federal Reserve. You're talking about the 1/100th of 1 percentile. They have a net worth of like $22 billion, okay, to get in that club. I mean, these are the big guys. And since the creation of the Federal Reserve, the middle class, Main Street, the working class, they've been screwed. They've been victimized. Because, remember, these bubbles are man-made. Boom and bust monetary policy is man-made. That's how they get rich. And when they bust the bubble, they make even more money faster when the market goes down. And that's why I want to position you in that same position. My goal every day with my members when they come to my class every day is to get them to get so used to making money when a stock goes down. Instead of, I better get out and go find another stock. If a stock is up 20, 30%, all the other good stocks are going to be up 20, 30%. So why, if you're going to get out of a stock and go to another stock, isn't that silly? You already missed the train on that stock. But you have no choice because you don't know how to sell short. Any stock, you say, I got to get out. I know it's going to go down. Why the hell, if you know it's going to go down, why are you moving to another stock that went up 30%? How are you going to make money in a stock that already went up 30%? The stock you're getting out of went up 30%. You're making your money, but you give it all back. Instead of staying in that stock, reverse your position. We'll show you how to do it. Remember, this Federal Reserve is not your friend. And because of it, Americans have suffered. Their purchasing power has gotten destroyed over these policies. Keep printing, keep printing. Remember, this is a real hidden tax. They tell you, oh, no, anybody over $400,000 is not going to pay a tax. You're paying a tax. Every day your dollar goes down, you go to the grocery store, you're paying a tax. Stop listening to these liars and do something about it. Call to action. For heaven's sakes. From the Great Depression to stagflation of the 70s to the bust of the dot-com bubble, every economic downturn suffered by this country over the last 80 years can be traced directly to these gangsters, the Federal Reserve, and their stupid monetary policy, which is they get rich and everybody else gets poor. The Fed has followed the same policy, flooding the economy with easy money over and over and over. Look what they did in the housing boom back in 2000 when Bush, the idiot, turns around and says, gee, all the good credits now, they all bought a home. Let's go to the bad credit. Let's go to the, instead of the prime credits, they already have a home. They're not buying anymore. They're all filled. Let's go to the subprime, and we'll let them pick their own payment. And then we'll call the we'll call the Fannie and Freddie and tell them they got to buy all these bad loans from the banks. And Fannie and Freddie fought them and said, no, wait a minute, why would we do that? Our policy for 40 years has been we only buy from the bank the mortgages that are top rated, AAA rated mortgages. Now they want them to buy a mortgage from somebody who doesn't have a job, a mortgage that they didn't even check if they had a job. They didn't even check if they had a job. It wasn't necessary. No income verification. So remember, they're not there to do us a favor. It's always to get the rich richer. So you got to defend yourself. The only way you're going to defend yourself if when a stock starts going down, switch your position and short it. God, I don't know how else to get across to you. The Fed always has a consistent policy of inflation, flooding the economy with easy money. And who takes advantage of that? The very wealthy. Because they can borrow all this money and they can buy stocks. But here's the difference. They know when to get out. You don't. You don't. It's not their obligation to tell you when to get out of a stock. They don't care. We care. We'll be out of business if we don't care. So let's help you reach that point that when the market starts to crater or an individual stock starts to crater, you're positioned to make money as it goes down. And all I ask you, please help St. Jude when you start making money. This is crazy. And remember, Congress is not going to stand up to the Federal Reserve. They never will. Because Congress loves spending. Why would they stand up to their banker? The Federal Reserve will print as much money as Congress wants to spend. Because the monetary policy is let them spend. All that debt, we'll just go buy the debt off the balance sheet of the government and put it on our balance sheet, the Federal Reserve. Now they're free to go borrow more money and more money. And we got a national debt, $30 trillion. Instead of Congress going after them, they cheer them on. This is nuts. This is crazy. I mean, this is an organization that's destroying the American dream. And you wait. We are going to have a dollar crisis like you've never seen. Like you've never seen. The dollar keeps tanking. It's going to fall like a flying tank. I'm telling you. Because the politicians, they're gutless. They're gutless. They're unwilling to make the hard choice and say, no more. We got to protect Main Street. We got to disband the Federal Reserve. Why are we giving our printing machine to the Federal Reserve, and why is there printing money and we have to pay for it when it's our printing machine? Let's take the printing machine back. What do you need the Federal Reserve for? It's not federal. They have no reserves. They're no more federal than the Federal Express, for God's sakes. And they kill the retiree. Do you know what this inflation is doing to the retiree? Do you think they care? Anybody in Congress cares? No, nobody in Congress cares. They're going to be talking about Trump, did he win the election or not win the election? And the talk shows will be every Sunday, same thing. Are the Republicans breaking apart? Is Liz Cheney making a big decision here? Who the hell cares? But that's, I got so upset Sunday, my wife had to tell me to calm down. I'm sitting here listening to this idiot on Meet the Press. What's his name? He's a Chuck Todd. What an idiot. What an attitude he has. I mean, you just like to take him and slap him. I mean, just this condescending attitude he has. And like he cares about America. He could care less about America. He's got his assets. He's making, what, $22 million a year? He's got diamonds, I'm sure, and he's got all kinds of he's rooting for inflation. Look, join my gang tonight. Go to go to philsgang.com, The Working Investor. Sign up for 10 days. Free for 10 days. And you're going to say, it's the best thing I ever did. And just think, once you know you're in a stock and the stock starts going down, right, and you know you can switch your position and make money shorting it, what a difference that makes. Because remember, nobody's going to help you short. That's not their job. They could care less. They're not there to help you. And when the market starts going down, which is going to crash, they're going to tell you the same thing.
You're fine. You don't pay attention to the value of your house every day. You don't pay attention to your portfolio every day.
Yeah, and right before it tanks, you're going to hear this.
Our economy is surging along. It's surging.
Yeah. How well did he do that on February 2020? Join the gang tonight. philsgang.com, Working Investor Group, 10 days free. Learn how to short.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.